Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Creative Beast Studios' Beasts of the Mesozoic 1/35th scale Allosaurus fragilis. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. And here, let's start off on this side. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole if they don't belong there. Adult collectible, ages 15 and up. Beasts of the Mesozoic. Dinosaur action figure. Creative Beast Studio posable figure. A little sliver of a window right there that folds around to the front where it says Beasts of the Mesozoic and gives you a partial view of the figure and accessories. Allosaurus fragilis. 1/35th scale dinosaur action figure. And then there we have some nice artwork of him, you know, fixing to chow down on his dinner. And there we have some credits. Join the dinosaur toy revolution, creative-beast.com for more products and info. Symbols I'm not going to learn except for that one. I already know it. It's don't give it to babies. There's some copyright stuff. Creative Beast Studio, from the prehistoric to the fantastic. Do not force stiff joints. Apply low heat for full range movement. And if you have to add a tail. And then here we have the item number, the barcode, and the made in China print. On this side, Allosaurus fragilis 1/35th scale Beast of the Mesozoic. On this side, Beast of the Mesozoic Allosaurus fragilis. And then finally, around on the back, Allosaurus fragilis collectible card inside Beasts of the Mesozoic, and a nice practical shot of the figure. And then here is some info on the dinosaur. If you want to read it, please pause it and read away. And then moving right along, here's some more stats and stuff. If you want to read that stuff, please pause it here and read that. And then 1/35th scale dinosaur action figure. Some assembly is required. And then there's the cross sale. Also available, if I can get it out of my mouth. There's Allosaurus Jimmy. This guy, we'll call him Elliot. And Pachycephalosaurus. And Stegosaurus. And 1/35th, and the rest of them are all 1/18th scale. Creative Beast Studio, from the prehistoric to the fantastic. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and the accessories. And first up, let's take a look at the handy dandy instruction sheet. And you can see this is for the Allosaurus, but it's for the Gimensini and the fragilis of the 1/35th scale. Don't force stiff joints, apply some heat. And there's instructions on using the stand and different poses that you can do with it. And nothing on that side, so that's the instruction sheet. There I go bumping the camera because it's a Digital Caveman Presents review. Here we have the collector card, and we got the Allosaurus, you know, hanging out at the dinner table, I guess. Beast of the Mesozoic. On the back, nice product shot. Beast of the Mesozoic. Allosaurus fragilis. Different lizard. There's some stats and information on him. If you want to read all that, you can pause it right here and do so. Art credit, creative-beast.com, and copyrighted stuff. So next up, let's talk about the stand. This is just like a I wouldn't really say rubber, but it's a grippy foot for the stand, and this part right here peels off and it's sticky under here, and it just, you know, goes into the bottom of this and gives it some grip. Now this piece is just a disc. It's got this angled piece on it, and it's all clear plastic. And next up is the post for it, and you see that piece there at the bottom, and then there's a port at the top. And the way these pieces work together is this mushroomy kind of piece goes in. I gotta get it in there, and then you twist it into position where you would like it. Next up, you have two cradles for it, and they're both on a ball joint. So you can see this one kind of has, it's got 4 arms on it, I guess you could call them. And then this one is just kind of a U shape, and there goes the dinosaur falling over. So, and those would just port. The ball joint portion of it just ports in there, and then you get a little bit of movement with it. So, and then this doesn't have to stay that way. It can swing around this way, and you can move it up or down, all around, however you need it positioned to hold the dinosaur up, which it looks like he needs right now. And I just noticed on, well, I guess I just didn't notice, but I noticed now that these are for some grip on this part, so it just doesn't slide up and down. So next up, we got the handy dandy tweezers out, and he does have some extra feet, 2 sets of extra feet, right and left for both kinds. Kind of just a flat foot with the toes closer together than what it is on the dinosaur. On the dinosaur, they're kind of spread out, and you can see right there it's got an L in it, so you know this is the left foot. And this one has an, I'm trying to get it where you can see it, an R on it, so you know it's right. So it does have nice deco apps on it, nice glossy claws on the end of the toes, and even some nice molded detail there on the bottom. The next set of feet are like the walking feet, I guess. And again, they're marked left and right. And again, nice molded details throughout the piece. Nice glossy painted claws. And then nice deco on the rest of the foot. And you can see how this one's kind of angled. So that's pretty cool. Now let's take a look at the dino himself, itself, herself, themself. I don't know how dinosaurs would refer to themselves, which seems kind of weird to say. But let's start out and talk about the sculpt and the paint. And right here on the head, just like his bony crest there and having that other color on it, just it stands out from the rest of it, just like the eyes. I'm looking into your soul. And then he's got some nice stripes throughout and some splotches as well. It's got a nice wash down here, and I'm not sure what's going on right here, if it's paint and wash perhaps. And then on the tail, and then throughout it's just very nice sculpted detail. Like you can see the skin here and here, and then all here, and then kind of you can see some of the scales, textural detail. So very, very cool looking. And I do believe there's some paint in the mouth, and there is a little bit less. You can see his teeth and the inside of his mouth, although I was really expecting that glossy finish to be in here, and it's not. And the tongue moved. Yeah, so it's articulated as well. So I guess we'll start there. The tongue has articulation in it. It's a ball joint plugged in, so it can spin around left and right a little bit, up and down a little bit. So there's that. Obviously the jaw opens and closes, and then the head falls completely off if you open the jaw too much. But so on a dumbbell here, and a full dumbbell, not a half dumbbell, and the head will just pop right back on there fairly easily. So we see how that works. So the jaw only opens so far. Don't try to do it any more than what it should. So the head, I am just not having great luck with the articulation on this one. So the head, it'll move up and down a little bit there, and it, because it's on that ball, it will adjust a little bit. So there's that. Here at the base and here, there's some up and down movement here, and then at the base there's up and down as well, and that will give you some left and right movement. Well, at least you'll get to see how the head pops off of this one. So you get some left, and there goes that head again trying to pop off. Dang it. And you get some right, and you get a little twist in there too. So that's nice. A good bit of range there in the neck when the head's not popping off. So at his little arms, he can spread them apart that far. It's on a ball joint here, or half dumbbell, or maybe a full dumbbell even, I don't know. So it does do 360 degrees, and as I showed, it moves in and out. Single hinge and swivel at the elbow, swivels around 360 degrees. Opens up that far and gives you that much bend, about a 90-degree angle it looks like. Let's see, what's this? This is on a dumbbell as well, 360 degrees of rotation, and it's like got all kinds of little hula going on there. So it'll go in and out, and it'll go up and down. So very nice. It's a cut here across the torso, and it gives you some left and right movement. It gives you, well, not a lot of down and just a little up. So a little up and down. So there is that. The legs spread apart that far in the back, and they will do a 360 degree rotation with some difficulty, but it will do it. Single hinge and swivel at the knee, swivels around 360 degrees and bends back that far and swings forward that far. And then this other knee joint, I guess, on a single hinge and swivel as well, swivels around 360 degrees, goes back that far and goes forward that far. And single hinge and swivel at the ankle, swivels around 360 degrees, tilts down that far tilts up that far, and it does have a pin for rocker. Finally, the tail joint. I want to say this was on the dumbbell too. So it swivels around. It twists some. It probably will go all the way around. It lifts up that far. It goes down that far at that joint. And then some left and right. Got another joint right here. Goes left and right. It goes up and down. It's got some twist to it. And this part of the tail is bendy wire, and it bends about to this point. So you got that much tail that's just kind of free. So good for posing, I suppose. And there you have it, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparison. And here we have the Creative Beast Studio Beasts of the Mesozoic 1/35th scale Allosaurus fragilis with Star Wars The Vintage Collection, Bespin Lando Calrissian, Marvel Legends Series Zabu Build-A-Figure Waves, Zabu Build-A-Figure, Marvel Legends Series Zabu Build-A-Figure Waves, Kazar, and Harbinger Studios Savage Crucible, Creatures of the Crucible, Komodo Dragon Blind Box, Frost Vein Stalker. Here we have Creative Beast Studio Beasts of the Mesozoic 1/35th scale Allosaurus fragilis with the Creative Beast Studio Beasts of the Mesozoic Tyrannosaur Series 1/18th scale Tyrannosaurus Rex. For our last set of comparisons, here we have Creative Beast Studio Beasts of the Mesozoic 1/35th scale Allosaurus fragilis, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final ramblings on the Creative Beast Studio Beasts of the Mesozoic 1/35th scale Allosaurus fragilis, I have to say, first of all, the main thing I noticed on this figure is that the head pops off quite easily. Maybe that's just my copy, or it may just be the way that it's made. I'm not sure. But if you do go too far in a direction, any direction with it, or even trying to get the mouth open too wide, it does pop off. So just something to be aware of. Not really an issue unless you make it an issue. So there's that. That's really the only negative thing, and it's not, like I said, it's not really an issue once you learn how far you can go in the range of motion. And now that I've mentioned range of motion, I said that was the only thing. It's not. I think the range could have been better in some places, like the head, but with the way like the neck pieces and stuff are designed, that's probably about as good as you can get with it without making it look gappy and crappy. And we definitely don't want that. The sculpt and the deco on this figure are up to the excellent standards that I do expect from Creative Beast Studio, even at the 1/35th scale, which was not my experience with their 1/35th scale woolly mammoth. But So I guess that figure is an isolated case of at least the deco. The sculpt was good on that one. Just the deco didn't seem to be up to the standards of Creative Beast Studio. At least what I've seen of the products that they do. They're usually very excellently decoed and very excellently sculpted. And that holds true for this one, even at the 1/35th scale. So I guess that mammoth is just a one-off on the deco part. But as far as this one goes, and again, I like the sculpt, the deco, and everything is really cool about it, except for maybe the range of motion. Could be better, but again, I don't know how they could do it without, making the look of it not look great. So sometimes it is a trade-off with action figures between, you have to find that right balance between sculpt and articulation, range of motion, and all that stuff. And sometimes you have to make sacrifices in one area to keep it within the line, the look of it. So there is that. But this is a fine figure. I don't know if they make a larger Allosaurus or not. I would like to see a 1/18th scale. That would be kind of cool. And I don't have anything else to say about it. It's a good dinosaur figure. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.